Hey everyone, I'm Brooke and welcome back to my channel. So about a month ago, you may have noticed this new app on your iPhone. And that's because with iOS update 17.2, Apple finally released their highly-ish anticipated new journaling app. Regularly journaling is a great habit for mental health, stress management, and for just keeping a log of life events. Now, to be perfectly candid, and despite my best efforts, I am not a consistent journaler. I really want to be, and so this year, 2024, I am making it one of the habits that I am trying to stick with, because anytime I have had consistent journaling stints, I have found it very, very helpful. Just to even kind of write a stream of consciousness or what's on my mind, I find helps me process my emotions or helps me process my thoughts faster because they're not just like passively in my mind. I'm actioning it or like I'm admitting to how I'm feeling once I've written it down, if that makes sense. So I do find journaling is very beneficial. So whether you're looking for a really easy way to get into journaling or you're considering switching from whatever system you're currently using, I'm going to tell you and show you everything you need to know about the journaling app because I honestly think it is very good with a few minor exceptions we'll get into. So Apple's journaling app, and I've reset the app so that we can walk through this together from the start. Now, what's really powerful about this app are the journaling suggestions. So when you press the plus button, if you're struggling to come up with something to write about, you're going to see different reflection cards or prompt cards. You can think about it, pick the one you like, and then start writing. If you don't like any of the options, you can kind of hit the little refresh button and it'll keep feeding you new options until you find one you feel like writing about. But it'll give you even more than just prompt cards. You'll also see suggestions based on your photos, any workouts you've done recently, podcasts you've listened to. It'll really prompt you to write about these different events or things that are going on in your day. But if you don't need a prompt and you know what you want to write, you would instead just hit the new entry bar at the top to get a blank page. And you can do a lot from even just a blank page. You can do things like add a picture, you can take a picture. If you do decide you want to add a suggestion, you can just use the little pencil to get the suggestions up. You can even do a voice note. So if you're more comfortable talking into your journal, that's an option. And you can add a location. So if you are on vacation or something and you want that to be part of your journal entry, you can add that to the note. And at the top, you can also bookmark the note. So if it is a really special day that you might want to look back on, you can bookmark it. And if you press the three dots on the right, you can also change the date. So if you're journaling retroactively or something like that, you can go in and choose the custom date for that entry. Once you have a few entries, they're displayed kind of like any social media feed, and you can press the three dots to bookmark, delete, but you can also use the typical Apple swipe motion. So if you swipe to the right, you can bookmark. If you swipe to the left, you can edit or delete there as well. And then you can also filter. So if you press the filter in the top right, you can see all of your entries with photos, music or podcasts, reflections, that sort of thing. So you can filter that a little bit there. One of the things that is missing from this app though that I wish and I got used to in day one is being able to see a calendar view. So when I am kind of quickly trying to look to see how consistent I've been, I like seeing on a calendar how many days I've checked off sort of thing. So I do wish that this app had a calendar view, and maybe that's something that will come out with a future update. And if you head into settings, you'll now see a journal option, and that's where you can customize the app a little bit more. So first thing, you can turn on Face ID or Touch ID to make it a little bit more secure so that only you can access and see your entries. And then if you go into journaling suggestions, you can pick and choose which suggestions you see. So this is everything it could suggest. It can suggest your workouts, podcasts and music, any phone calls or messages you've had with people recently, any photos, locations, that sort of thing. So you can turn off what you want, but at the end it does remind you that the data used for all of these suggestions is private and only stored on your device. So that's a benefit of using the Apple apps, is it's encrypted, it's private, your data isn't being stored on someone else's server. So that's important to know. You can also skip journaling suggestions. So if you always want a blank page when you make an entry, you can do that. And you can set a journaling schedule. So you can choose which days and at what time you want to be reminded to journal, just making it a little bit easier to get in and build that habit. So all in all, I actually think Apple's Journal app is very good. It's minimal, it's super easy to use. You can add as much detail or as little detail as you want to an entry. The suggestions are incredibly powerful and it's pretty cool, everything that they recommend you write about. And your data is private, you can lock the app, it's all encrypted. Those are all fantastic things and reasons why you should use the app. However, the biggest issue I have is that there is no iPad app. No idea why. It should come out one day, but why it couldn't come out at the same time beats me. I am not a fan of journaling with my thumbs, essentially. I don't want to journal the same way I text. To me, journaling should be more thoughtful and mindful, and so I actually like to journal on my iPad, using my Apple Pencil and writing out my journal entries to get as close to pen and paper as possible without actually using pen and paper. So this app is great. I've been using it, but I cannot wait for the iPad app. Anyways, let me know in the comments if you would also prefer an iPad app. Maybe I'm just a special case. But either way, if you did get value out of today's video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and that's it. So have a great day. Bye.